Here in the north, the Yaller horn is about to sound and send two teams to battle here at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We've reached the halfway mark of the regular season. A lot of work left to do as we're away in Week 9. Return starts at the 3. And this drive will start inside the 25. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Mahomes starting off with a throw. And what a way to get this one started, but his deep shot falls incomplete.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
Man in motion, out of the slot. Has his man. It's Addison. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Third and a lone yard coming up. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Just got it away before the hit button. It doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Slot man motioned over. Quick throw, finds about right. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. What a call. They wind up with 12 on 4th down and pull off the conversion.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. And now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. And he's able to reach that midfield stripe after some solid running. Looks like a 9-yard gain, and they'll now have a much shorter 3rd and 5 coming up.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Has it left offside, Brock, with the throw carried him too close to that edge. They're going to say he brought it in out of bounds, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? They chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. Now motion him out of the backfield. He's on the move. He connects downfield on fourth. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. What a time to rip off that type of gain, huh? Gets him the first on fourth down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
A give right side. Here's Pacheco. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Right back to Pacheco. And he drives forward for a little, maybe to the 7. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. A tight end in motion now. It's Pacheco on 3rd. And somehow he manages to get back to the line of scrimmage before going down. No yards on the play, and back-to-back stops forces a 4th and 3. The Chiefs bring on Harrison Butker for the field goal. They're going to mark this as a 24-yarder. Up and good from Blankenship. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. That's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Fielded at the 7. Oh, he eats a hit to bring an end to that return right near the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. McCarthy throwing right away. Diving right side, got it! Big gain, 14 on the play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
Throwing the out route complete. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. On play action now, McCarthy. He rolls to his right. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. And that'll bring up second down.
I love the mobility here. Starts great, escapes pressure, get out of harm's way. You just wish if you're the offense here, you could have found a completion to keep in rhythm.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Back to the air, McCarthy. Still has some space inside the 35. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Hauled in left side. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, McCarthy. That's caught for the first. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
We're at the end of one in a defensive showdown that has lived up to its billing thus far. Just 3-0 is our score. More from US Bank Stadium after the break. It's Vikings ball as we return for the second, and they've got to be thinking points here. On first down, they'll run. And they'll pick up a little down to the 12-yard line. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Intercepted in the end zone. Trent McDuffie in to pick it off.
You know, Kate, one of the tenets of the West Coast system that I was fortunate to play in, touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. You get in the red zone, it's touchdown to check down. You can't put the ball in harm's way. That's a brilliant job by the defense with their coverage, baiting the quarterback into the throw. But you got to sail that one into the stands. Touchdown or check down. You can't possibly give an interception in that situation.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Slot man in motion right. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Oh, he lost the football. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
Hey, Kate, these last few minutes make me want to look away. And a really rough series of events here for an old retired quarterback to watch.
Wish you could see him up here. All these turnovers not doing it for you, partner?
Well, the interception, I mean, start there. But immediately then fumbling the ball right back over, that's none too good either. And they know they just fumbled away a critical opportunity.
They'll run here on 1st down. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
It's a design boot. Bails out of the pocket quick. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket. It really does become, well, the schoolyard. And you got to scramble around. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he's brought down for a loss. Working quickly here. Another chance for it. And he's in for the touchdown. The Vikings capitalize on that turnover and take the lead. That one splits the uprights. And the Vikings take a 4-point lead. The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 36. That's complete, Isaiah Pacheco. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down, ready to turn it into a negative play.
And the Vikings add an extra defensive back for this 3rd down. Mahomes. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tyler Newman. And the Vikings get the football as he makes his third interception of this season. Oh boy, they cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and two very different tones and tenors on these two sidelines. One coach is pleading, begging for some ball security. The other is simply saying, keep it up, boys. Keep taking that ball away. Job well.
And he takes it in for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. That one right down the middle. And the Vikings drive their lead to 11. The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. Starting from the 5. And look at this return. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. It gives to Pacheco to start the drive. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him add in a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
Here's 2nd and 11. Fits it through the middle. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Mahomes on 1st and 10. It's another first-half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Vikings take over on his 5th interception of the season. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Chiefs territory. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Receiver in motion, headed right. And he'll be brought down after getting into the 47-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's able to get this down to the 36. Offense up to the line fast. First and 10, here's McCarthy. Short pass brought in. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They go play action on first. Flushed out of the pocket. Pass is caught at the 9. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. Hits the end zone for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings get more points to end a lopsided first half. That one splits the uprights. And the Vikings push their lead to 18. The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They've got blackjack on the clock. Not a ton of time to use before halftime. They send him left out of the slot. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play. Intended target there was Xavier Worthy. And it sets up 2nd down.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Mahomes trying to get here on 2nd and 10. Oh no, they get him yet again! Picked off by Tyler Newman. And the Vikings might be able to get some points late after the interception. Oh man, Brock, those other leaders on that sideline, they've got to sit him down and calm him down. 3 consecutive drives now where he's thrown an interception.
Yeah, this defense is just all over him, seeing every throw, anticipating these routes before they're even run. When he's dropping back to throw, and I know this feeling, it's horrible as a quarterback. It feels like there's 20 defenders out there on this defense.
Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Butker on now to kick this one away. He fields it from the 8. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's McCarthy to throw. Gets it to him on the screen. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. Now, that's a drop-back pass. When you get a big play on a screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. Hits his running back. They gain 14 on the play. And that's going to give the Vikings the 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
He's got a man left. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. Looking to throw, McCarthy. Throw left side, complete. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Brought down by Trey Hendrickson.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Brought in right side. And he's brought down at the line. He was too far downfield at the time of the pass. Gotta stay within a yard of the line. That'll back him up. So things getting a bit tougher following that penalty. We got 2nd and 15. Back to the air, McCarthy. Hauled in left side. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. That's caught for the 1st. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Here's a give on 1st and goal. We'll take it in. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings grow the lead coming out of halftime. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot, but on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you could strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just the positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating. And yeah, they should celebrate this effort.
The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. This return starts at the 5. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Ivan Pace able to make the stop. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Third and long for him here. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. The line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Gets this one away from a tough spot, backed up inside the end zone. And a big hit on the return to stop it cold. Now we're going to have a stoppage after that return. Looks like somebody was shaken up on the play. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Now McCarthy. Complete out to the right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. On play action now, McCarthy. Caught out left. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover it.
5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
I'm sure Coach, play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. McCarthy looking to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions, from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
McCarthy trying again on 2nd down. Has it in close. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
From inside the 1, here's 1st and goal. Oh, surprise gift to the receiver near the goal line. And he will get into the end zone for a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings can cruise to a win, growing that lead further. That one right down the middle. And the Vikings grow their lead yet again. The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. Kickoff taken at the 3. And this drive will start inside the 25.
At their own 23-yard line.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And they pick him off again! Picked off by Tyler Newman. And the Vikings get it back on his 6th interception of the season.
4 picks, 1 game. Yeah, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Quick throw to the left is complete. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. He's got it near the 8. And that's a Minnesota touchdown. Now they'll try to knock the extra point through. The point after splits the uprights. And the Vikings continue piling on to this lead. The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. Return starts at the 3. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. Throwing on 1st down, Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Taking a look at that scoreboard, and you just can't backwards. If you're going to close this gap, you've got to stay on schedule. I've had a hard time doing so with a double-digit deficit.
Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. The Chiefs have possession, and this final quarter begins with them in a massive hole. Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Trying again, following the sack. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Cameron Bynum. And the Vikings get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
This is a lonely place. And I don't know how many walking the planet have thrown 5 picks, but I'll raise my hand. I did it in an Apple Cup, and it is a lonely, humbling feeling. Everything that could go wrong, well, it's gone wrong for this quarterback today, and I hope that's the last time we see him throw a pass in this one.
Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. They get it right back. That's intercepted. Finds a seam, left side, he's off to the races. And he's gonna go, it's a pick 6. Wow, talk about aggressive coverage, Brock, to have somebody in position for a pick behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, this quarterback is never gonna take that short pass for granted again. That is usually one you do in your sleep. He's just now gonna be restless in his sleep thinking about it.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. It is caught left side. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Looking right, and he finds him. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down. Back to throw. Here's McCarthy. Dumped off to his running back. And defenders arriving in support to finish him off at the line.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They go play action here. Buying some time right. And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're ruling him out of bounds. We've got 3rd down.
Well, that throw just got away from the quarterback a little bit. I'll tell you this, I do love the escapability. I mean, it is such a key in today's game of football, really at any level. Some tough circumstances, though, to try and complete that one down the field.
He's got a man left. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. Throwing off the play fake here. Headed out right. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Back to the air, McCarthy. Has him on the quick hitter. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
First and 10, here's McCarthy. And he makes the catch. Did he get both feet in? No! Oh, so close to 6. Incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throw left side, complete. And he takes it in for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings running them out of the building. That one splits the uprights. And the Vikings tack on 7 more to their lead. The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Man in motion here. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He's throwing deep to the left side, and they pick him off again. And the Vikings have it as he records his 7th interception of the season.
That throw has got to be the last we've seen of him this contest. I'm just not sure how they leave him in when the defense is clearly all over whatever he's trying to throw. The amount of frustration he is feeling is only going to lead to additional miscues. Please, for the love of God, take this man out.
That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Not on the same page with his tight end. And now it's 2nd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. McCarthy throwing here. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Dime coverage from the Chiefs on this 3rd down. Now it's McCarthy. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there. This one misses the tight end. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on fourth. Trying to push this past the marker. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here.
First down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Hauled in left side. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. It's the 2-minute warning here in Minneapolis. Vikings nearing their 6th win this season.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
He's in trouble, and the Chiefs bring him down. Keeping that pace going as the clock continues to run.
10 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
Here he is on 3rd and long. He rolls to his right. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's out just a second shy of reaching the red zone.
You know, I don't mind the scheme. In fact, I like the call. Just not on that 3rd down in particular. Need to get it closer to the sticks to have a chance to move those chains.
McCarthy to throw for it. That's cut beyond the marker. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. Gotta hurry this to the line.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Wow, they're gonna pass it here. This time they're gonna get there, and they drop him. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Gotta forget about first down in a hurry. They need a chunk of yards here on 2nd and goal. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kicking team out to try the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Vikings continue adding on to that lead. The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. Starting from the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Trying to push it deep downfield. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
Well, both ends of their defense nearly came away with a huge play. Another step, and they sacked the quarterback. But even still, the hit altered the throw and almost set up a takeaway.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Catch is made down the right sideline. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
He's got him. That's Pacheco. Touchdown, Kansas City. Now, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But, hey, something positive to look back on there.
but they didn't quit, Kate. And I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
Butker to try the point after. And the extra point is up, and it is good. And the Chiefs take 7 points off the deficit.
17.
With time ticking away, they prepare for a must-get onside kick. And this is covered by the Vikings hands team. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Cut out left. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. Minnesota spends its 2nd time out here. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Now, they don't need points anymore, Brock, but can they resist piling on? Let's see. It's 1st and goal. Man in motion, out of the slot. Only a yard that time, and now it's 2nd and goal from the 1.
That's simply a foot race to the outside that he's used to winning. Seen him get beat there and forced to take it out of bounds near the line? Well, that's just a tremendous effort and tremendous speed by that defense.
And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage of this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, well, he could get 2 hands on it and take it the other way.
They'll try him left side. And stop me if you've heard this before, Brock. They've scored again, and they grow that lead further. The Vikings throwing 6 more on the blowout. Vikings electing not to kick it. The offense staying out there. They're going for 2. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Trent McDuffie in to pick it off. Well, they don't get it, but just the choice to go for it there, Brock. As I'm looking to my right, seeing a partner kind of fuming, a little steam coming out of the head. I'm sure you and many others maybe aren't a fan of that call.
I don't feel like I'm that old. I really don't.
You don't look that old.
Well, thank you. But yeah, this still just gets me, and I know many others every single time.
All right, 1 more snap to play here. 1 final shot here. That one finds Xavier Worthy. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. So it's a win for the Vikings. And we didn't need to reach the closing stages of the game for this one to be over. They had things decided and fans heading for those exits well before the clock reached zeros here in the 4th. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Vikings emerge as winners as we bid you farewell from Minneapolis.